I think you heard about Saddam Hussein, but have you ever heard about his eldest son, Uday? He raised in palaces, surrounded by power, and ruled with an iron fist. But behind the luxury and the fame, there was a darker side, the side of the psychopath. In this video, you will discover the insane and sadistic life of Uday Hussein, Saddam's son, who became an even bigger nightmare for Iraq than his father. Uday Saddam Hussein was born in 1964 in Baghdad, Iraq. He was the eldest son of Saddam Hussein, and at that time his father was slowly rising in the political scene. And while Uday was still just a teenager, Saddam took full control and became the president of Iraq in 1979. And suddenly, Uday found himself the son of Iraq's president and one of the most powerful men in the Middle East. And just like that, the power and the money were in his hands. Uday was being prepared to take his father's place one day, and to make it all look official, he even got a PhD in the political science. But of course, he didn't earn it through hard work or because he was so smart. He got it because of one simple reason. He was the son of Saddam Hussein. From a young age, Uday had strange, even twisted thoughts and behaviors. And now, with power and money and complete freedom, he could do whatever he wants without facing any consequences. He had a group of wild animals like lions and monkeys, and he was obsessed with parties, drinking and drugs, and driving luxury cars. Uday also had some strange sexual desires. One of them was wanting a different woman every single night. Any woman he wanted, all he had to do was choose, and within moments she would be by his side. In 1983, Uday wanted to dance with the wife of an Iraqi army officer. Of course, the husband said no, but Uday didn't laugh it off or walk away. Instead, he brutally beat the officer, and just days later, the man was dead. Uday will literally take any woman he liked, whether he saw her at a wedding or in a hotel, it didn't matter. One time, he picked a woman who was on her honeymoon with her husband in a hotel in Iraq. He took her from her husband and did some bad things with her. But the shocking part is, she threw herself out of the window and died. This man also had some sadistic tendencies. He not only raped them, but he tortured them, and sometimes he puts out cigarettes on their bodies and many other details that I cannot say on YouTube. In 1988, during a party in Baghdad attended by the wife of the Egyptian president and other important guests, Uday suddenly killed Saddam Hussein's favorite secretary, a man named Kamal Hana. The exact reason is unclear, but the most believe it was an act of revenge. Because Kamal had arranged a secret marriage between Saddam and other women. Uday saw it as a betrayal and beat him to death with a metal stick in front of everyone. This time, Saddam was really angry that he actually sentenced his own son to death. But Uday's mother stopped in, and even some Arab leaders got involved, begging Saddam to forgive him. Saddam started to believe that his son Uday was mentally unstable and that he might even be a threat to his own rule. Saddam Hussein sent Uday to Switzerland under the pretext of studying, but even there Uday acted with the same reckless behavior, with the same foolishness and the problem with the women. And because of this, Switzerland kicked him out and sent him back to Baghdad after just 1 month. For a period of time, Uday was the head of the Iraqi Olympic Committee, and beyond that, he controlled nearly every part of the country's sports scene. He even picked the national football team lineup himself sometimes. And of course, when the players lose some game, he didn't say hard luck, guys. Instead, they were thrown in jail, beaten, and tortured. And also he used some humiliating punishments like shaving their heads or even spitting on them. And because Uday was a person with many problems and had many enemies, he decided to have a double looks like him. Literally a double who will take his place sometimes, just like in the movies. That double was a man named Latif Yahya, who actually went to school with Uday. And after graduating, Latif was forced to take on Uday's identity and act as his body double in risky events. At first, he refused, but of course, they beat him and tortured him until he agreed. Latif had to walk, talk, and behave exactly like Uday. He went to parties, attended the events, and even rode in Uday's cars, pretending to be him. He lived that life for years, but finally in 1990 he managed to escape Iraq. After that, he wrote a book called I Was Saddam's Son, and there is even a movie about his story called The Devil's Double. After his double escaped, Uday Hussein was targeted in assassination attempt in 1996 while driving his Porsche through the streets of Baghdad. Around 50 bullets were fired at his car, and Uday was hit 17 times, most of them in the legs. But somehow, he survived. The attack left him with serious injuries that affected his ability to walk. But that didn't stop him. He continued torturing people, kidnapping girls, and living his insane psycho life like nothing happened. Saddam Hussein himself started losing hope in Uday. He saw him as a mentally unstable, a complete psychopath. So instead, he began to rely more on his younger son, Qusay, who was calmer, more serious, and way more in control than Uday. But everything changed for Uday, for Saddam Hussein's entire family, and even for the entire Middle East in 2003, when the United States invaded Iraq. The sons of Saddam Hussein and even his grandson died in a battle in the city of Mosul. And we can make another video about this battle. And these were some chapters from the crazy life of Uday Saddam Hussein. And if you're still here, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on my Instagram, brother. And see you in the next video.